Welcome back to News Center right here on KT News with me, Judge Maringa. And we continue where lawyer Dunstan Omari has taken the Director of Public Prosecutions, Noordin Haji, to court over an issue that we are about to discuss with him, and he joins us virtually. Good morning, Counsel. Good to see you. First of all, what are your issues of concern?
Well, to put record straight, there are two matters that we had filed. But the two matters that were filed, the Director of Public Prosecution got a gag orders. So we cannot discuss those two gag orders, those two matters, because already the gag order is in place. What we have again done today, we have filed another matter. Jack and Jill has gone to court, he has filed a matter challenging the conduct of the Director of Public Prosecution. And as we are talking like this, my advocates at the Public Service Commission filing that matter. That is a matter that is alive. That is a matter that we can discuss. I will not be in contempt of court because that is the third petition we are filing against the Director of Public Prosecution.
So let's get to the merits and the issues of concern right here in the third petition. Talk to us about it. What are you seeking to get from the court?
What we are filing, my client Jack and Jill has filed a petition to the Public Service Commission pursuant to Article 158 of the Constitution, in that if the Director of Public Prosecution does not comply to Article 157 sub-Article 11, which says that he must act in the public interest, he must act, he should not abuse his office. Any Kenyan can file a petition before the Public Service Commission, and once the Public Service Commission is satisfied that the Director has breached the rules of engagement as provided by the Constitution, that the Public Service Commission
we seem to... Dunstan, can you hear me? We seem to have lost him there as he was speaking to us. That is Dunstan Omari speaking to us about a third petition that they have filed to the Public Service Commission. Could you unmute your mic, Dunstan? Dunstan, could you unmute your mic? We shall be getting to him in a few minutes as we try to get Dunstan Omari, who is speaking to us on the issue of the third petition that I have filed against the DPP. Counsel, can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Yes, great. Yeah, your mic appeared to have been muted. Yeah, you were saying something.
Yes, I was saying that the Jack and Jill supermarket owner is aggrieved by the conduct of the Director of Public Prosecution, and therefore the decision not to charge. The DCI recommended the Director of Public Prosecution to approve charges against one of the business partners. He refused to charge. The Director of Public Prosecution has sat with this file for quite so many years. Therefore, our client instructed us, we have filed a petition under Article 158 to the Public Service Commission. The Public Service Commission is mandated within 14 days to look at that petition. Once it is satisfied, it will forward the recommendation to the President, who will form a select tribunal, who will interview and cross-examine the Director of Public Prosecution. If found guilty, then he will be suspended and be interdicted or be removed from office. That is exactly what we have done. In the petition, we have also raised serious issues. Remember, the Director of Public Prosecution, while in Mombasa, during the NCA meeting, threatened that he will deal with anybody who wants to remove him the way he dealt with Al-Shabaab when he was fighting in Somalia. So we are raising the question, is the Director of Public Prosecution threatening the lawyers, or is the Director of Public Prosecution against the oath of office? Remember, the Director of Public Prosecution, one Mr. Noordin Haji, left the office of the NIS. Under the laws, that is a covert issue. How does he disclose that he went all the way to fight in Al-Shabaab? to fight the Al-Shabaab in Somalia. This is the breach of the oath of office that he took. So this is among the grounds that we have said the Director of Public Prosecution is unfit, is not fit to hold office. He has abused his office, and therefore we are demanding as lawyers for that group, for that client, that he be removed from office. That's the petition that is currently being filed with the Public Service Commission.
Indeed. Council, allow me to ask, because Noordin Haji is the second DPP under the Constitution of Kenya 2010, previously was Keriako Tobiko. From where you sit, without even getting into contempt of court and perhaps even discussing the merits and the merits of what is before the court, it appears that this is not the first time that this onslaught has begun on the DPP. Is it that when someone is a client, you are aggrieved by the DPP, you then move to court, or rather to the Public Service Commission, to seek for his removal? Is it that every time he errs or doesn't fulfill a client's wishes, then he is taken before a tribunal or he is sued?
Under the Kenyan Constitution 2010, there is no public office where machinery and mechanisms have not been placed on board for anybody aggrieved with that decision. Remember, if the president breaks the law, the procedure is to take him to the Senate for impeachment. When a governor breaks the law, you take him to the Senate for impeachment. When other public cabinet secretaries break the law, you take them to Parliament. Under Article 158 of the Constitution, whenever anybody is aggrieved with the decision of the DPP and feels that the DPP is acting outside the law, he's abusing the law, he's arrogating powers that he doesn't have, then the law provides that you will petition the Public Service Commission. If the Public Service Commission finds merit, it will recommend his interdiction and suspension, and the president will be told to set up a tribunal. This is provided by the Constitution. Remember, we are not discussing the two cases. The first matter we dealt with was the Top Cohen matter. There is a gag order. We cannot discuss about it. The second matter was for Francis Nehru. There is a gag order. We cannot discuss about it. I am discussing a matter that has just been filed 5 minutes ago, the third petition by Jack and Jill. So we are not in contempt of that matter because there is no order in place to stop us from discussing these issues, because this is not a matter in court. Remember, the Public Service Commission is an administrative process. It is not a judicial process, so that anybody can say that KTN News.
Indeed, and of course we...
Public Service Commission. So it is an open discussion. The DPP still can go to court because then there's something is hiding as to why he will not allow matters public to be litigated and the media to cover it. Remember, it is against Article 10 of the Constitution, and it is against Article 35, where the media are access to information. The right for Kenyans to get access to information is a right. So for this one, he has not gotten those orders, and that is why KTN News has decided to give it an exclusive interview of what is happening.
Indeed, even as we bring this conversation to a close, perhaps, Dunstan, this is an issue that, when the first issue went to court, there was as you say, there have been the two gag orders. There is this other petition that, is before the Public Service Commission. From where you sit, what would you perhaps be seeking to achieve through your client?
Through my client, Jack and Jill, we are seeking removal of one Mr. Noordin Haji as the Director of Public Prosecution, because he has contravened the law under which he is supposed to act. There is massive non-support. His actions are not anchored in the law. He has abused his office. He has completely negated to defend the public interest. Very many Kenyans are exposed for his failure to act And that is the reason we have filed this petition for removal of the Director of Public Prosecution from office. This is the third petition.
Quickly, briefly, are you optimistic that, your case, you'll make a point and perhaps you'll see the removal of the DPP?
The grounds on which we have filed the third petition are watertight. Let him respond, because within 14 days he's supposed to respond. Once he has responded, then we'll appear before the Public Service Commission for this case to be arbitrated. We have very strong conviction that the grounds raised are sufficient, because if you look at the first petitions that the Director of Public Prosecution has gone and gagged the media, the grounds are so cogent, and that is why he does not want anybody to discuss this matter. We hope he will not again rush to court.
Yeah.
No, what is because he is a public servant, he's paid by taxpayers' money, and therefore he is a public officer, and that is why we are saying we need the media to cover, we need the public to know, are the grounds raised enough and sufficient for the Director of Public Prosecution, Mr. Noordin Haji, to leave office, or they are not. Let the public decide. I hope that tomorrow or today in the afternoon, after it has been filed, we'll not get another order stopping. And two, we've raised the question of him disclosing that he was NIS and he went to fight in Somalia. That is a serious allegation, and it can bring serious diplomatic issues, because only KDF soldiers are known to be going to Somalia to fight. How did he go to Somalia to fight? It is a serious question, and that if indeed it is true that he went to Somalia, he has disclosed serious international, he has exposed Kenya to a serious international question. How did the NIS go to fight in Somalia? Is this the person fit to be the DPP? If he is fit, then he is fit in the war front in Somalia. He might not be fit as a public prosecution. That is the position, and we are optimistic that the Public Service Commission, because that is what is mandated for them, they will act, they will do with it, and we hope that justice for Kenyans, because right now the DPP has abandoned his job to act in the public interest of Kenyans.
Indeed, lawyer Dunstan Omari joining us virtually on that petition that they have filed just about